go ahead, Diyah.
I think Diyah is on mute.
Diyah, if you're speaking, you're still in mute.
Hello, everyone. Sorry. Yeah, I'm actually already starting, but yeah. Okay, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's session. Today, we are going to share with you about the retesting and about retesting on your UXArmy platform. So we will going to start from briefly share with you what is retesting and then why we use retesting, follow up by setup and designing retesting and tasks in UXArmy platform. And then we'll share with you a bit how the researcher will do the test creation on the platform and give you a preview about user perspective on the test. So yeah. And also the last one is share with you a bit about the report of the retesting. Okay, so start from what is retesting. Okay. This is one of the UX research technique that used for evaluating a structure of a category on the apps, such as maybe a site or maybe a mobile app structure, by asking participants to locate particular items for a new menu structure. The menu structure is basically a hierarchy of categories that akin to a tree. It is a structural tree or categories and gets participants to perform some specific tasks about finding a location of hierarchy. That also, this is the quick way to evaluate hierarchy of the product placement. Thus, the information that will be structured then can be adjusted to better fit as best as it is based on the finding of the retesting study. And then why we use retesting is actually to evaluate the terminology that extracted from a card sorting exercise. So the terminology that you get from the card sorting can be tested and evaluated to the retesting. And it is kind of like a reverse study from card sorting. Then you can also evaluate hierarchy structure without including any UI or elements about with the design or a user interface. So before maybe it can be done before wireframing or any visual design process. And then you can also evaluate labeling of the categories in the structure of the app. And it can early detect your findability issue in the design process, especially when you try to design a layout and navigation menu in your application. So the tips for designing a better discussion guide for retesting. For preparing tasks, please avoid to use terminology that's same to the label of the category and give a hint to the right answer. Like for example, in here you need to, there is one task say like you need to try a new coffee beans that have promotion. How would you find coffee beans through the category? So in here we participant need to find the coffee beans item, but then in the task structure there is a hint that they need to go through to the drink category. So avoid to designing tasks that give a direct hint to the right answer. Please do use clear and short write-up in tasks, like to give and to engage the participant to some sort of scenario. For example, like your coffee beans are out of stock in your house maybe, and you are looking for another brand, find the coffee beans. So in here, there is an exact task what need to be fine for the participant, and keep the number of the tasks maximum 10 to avoid fatigue for the participant. Also keep the tree not exceeding 20 sub-children in the same chain. So when you have one category, avoiding to have more than 20 sub-chain of the children. Yeah, if the category, if you have a category more than 30, we suggest to create priority list of categories. For example, like the most ordered category of e-commerce website. And if your task is more than 10 tasks, we recommend to you to create another task with less priority of category. So participant can be able to do it in the 10 tasks only maximum. And then this is a sample of introduction, and thank you message. Introduction is a greeting message that participant will see when they start the study and they qualify to the study, and then the instruction will also shown after that. And thank you message will show in the last of the study. You have to prepare this message, or maybe you can use our template from the platform. And then this is the sample of screener questions. So other than task and tree, you also need to prepare your criteria and then your screener question. For example, your criteria is only someone who are in the age 20 to 14 years old. So maybe you can have a screener for the participant and asking like, how old are you? And have a note continue to section 3 if between 20 to 45 years old only. The next thing is about task planning. So we will have in the tree testing to design the task, we will have task number and then category. It is like the first layer of your app. Yeah, it's first layer of your app category or the chain. And then your task will be following to the category. And you also need to define the correct or the correct answer or the right path of each category. Okay, for the pre-study and post-study questionnaire will for pre-study will show after participant qualify to the test and already screening from the screener question. For the post-study questionnaire will show like a post-study overall post-study when you completing all the tasks, and then the post-study questionnaire will appear. And the structure of the question is to prepare it, like you have your question and you have your type of your question, like multiple choice or maybe text box or maybe open question, and then you have the choices inside. So yeah. So the next thing is about the tree testing with UXArmy. So you can access the link through the menu in here or through this site. We have dashboard in the tree testing, and in the dashboard you will see like some status of the test and the total number of the participant in here, also the date you create and the last modify your test made. And the action in here is to icon in here is to go to the analytics, to the report, and then to edit and to preview the test of this setup. Else is to duplicate and to delete the tree. Okay, for the edit one, when you already launch the test like this test, active test, you actually cannot edit the test if you already have some submission in your 3 tasks. Yeah, because it will impact to the report. And then for the test creation, we'll start from the test detail, like filling up the form inside the test detail and task setup. And there is a basic setup and questionnaire setup. And for the confirmation, we have a preview of the test that will be shown to the participant. And we'll show you how to launch the test. Okay, for the test detail setup, you need to have your test name. Like, make sure that the name you put something like, for instance, groceries for Project Uno, and don't give direct direct names as, for example, like Lazada grocery last mall or something. So give something that hard to be predictable for the participant. Yeah, and we have to set or to stop the collecting response in testing. One is using the date. So it is like when the date comes, it will automatically stop. And or if your response already equals to a certain number in here, in this case 60, so when you hit 60 in your test, the test will automatically close. And this is the next thing is tester field language, is about what tester will see in the when they doing the test. And for Lazada case, demographic collection can always be turning on to collect information like email, full name, date of birth, gender, and nationality. Okay, for the task setup, we have 2 ways to set up the task. First is to importing the tree using our spreadsheet template. So you need to design the tree in your Excel or maybe spreadsheet or maybe in CVS format. And then also you can also designing a tree inside the platform through this button, add and delete and edit. And the task itself can be shuffle or randomized. So user one to another participant will see different or with arrangement of the task. And you can insert as much as possible the tasks, but we limit to like 30 tasks for better, yeah. And it would be also be better if the task less than 10, because yeah, participants will to avoid participants getting fatigued to do the test. And the next is importing file through setup task through importing the file. So we have provide the spreadsheet in here. You can download from this button, or maybe you can see from this link. And then, for example, you have your tree already. You prepare your category and your subcategory and subchild of the subcategory. For example, this one, breakfast. Breakfast have two subcategory, which is fruit and cereal. So you need to write like this way: breakfast, and then there is soup of child, fruit, and there is another soup of child, cereals. And inside fruits, there is berries and vitamin C. So again, you need to place it like in the soup, in the below of fruit, in the berries in the next column, because this is soup of the child. And then inside berries, you have raspberry and blueberries. So yeah, again, every child will be in the different column and in the below of the row of the categories. Yeah. And later I will show you how to import. And this one is if you designing the tree with the task setup inside for our platform, you can add, delete, and edit it. And also you can rearrange the child or chain of the tree. The next thing is to set up the task. So you basically clicking this insert task, and it will show you this kind of pop-up module. And you write your task in here. And for this optional button is to make the task optional for the user, meaning that if they skip this task, they are able to see the next task. And then you need to define answer in every task to the correct answer or the right path to because the report has something like the success rate and then directness success rate. So it will depend on your answer in here in every task. And then how to define the answer is to clicking that button, define answer, and then you can see your task that you have written before in here, and you can tick the correct answer or right path in the right side in here. So your all the right path will be written in here. In this case, there is 3 correct path, which is home to the home, breakfast, fruit, berries, and raspberry, and the other one is to home, fruit, berries, and raspberries, and the other one is below there. And when you click the optional button, this will count like an optional answer to be counted as a direct success. And you can see the task list in here, all the tasks that you write. This is the total of your task, and you will be able also to modify the task by clicking this edit button. And the next part is about to setting the message. This is the one that I showed you before. This is introduction message. You have the template, but if you have your own sentence or maybe your own instruction, you can replace it. And also for instruction to the participant before starting the test and how you will write your thank you message, you can edit it in here. And also can be edited as based on the language you use. And then for the questionnaire setting, it will be have 3 sections. Screener question will be shown before the study appear to the participant, whether they qualify or not. So if you have some criteria to be tested, you should write the screener question in here. And then, for example, we screen out people who doing the test from Indonesia. So you create the question like radio patterns and then exclude Indonesia to the test, so they won't be able to see the test. And then for the confirmation, this is about how the participant will see the test, but this is for our view, for the researcher view, and we'll be able to duplicate the test if you have a dry run of soft launch before you have your actual launch. And once you launch the test, you will see your link here. Launch the test, and after you launch, we will be able to copy the link and share it with your participant. So maybe I will show you the quick demo. quick demo for the researcher view. This is something that I already prepared and I already explained before. And I'm going to edit the test, and I already set up the name and date and the number of participants. We would like to recommend minimum participant for this test like 13, and if it's above 13 then it would be better. And then the next is would like to try to import the treat design from this spreadsheet. So yeah, so I download this spreadsheet and I will try to upload it. And then you can see your tree is in here. You have breakfast, and there is 3 other subchal of breakfast, which is fruit, cereal, and jam and honey. And yeah, you can also edit this arrangement. Like you want your fruits to be in the in the category, not in the subchal. You can place it like this, and you can edit the name and or delete and having another child of it. And then when you design the task, you click this insert button and you place your task instruction in here. Then you need to define the answer. So for example, this one, the coffee beans, we would like to define the answer to be in here and this in here. So you save it. All the tasks need to be defined. The answer of the task need to be defined. So for this one, we will to know where is the popcorn. Okay. Maybe you can also have a single right answer, or maybe 2 or 3 others. And then next one is we have, like for example, this one we will give you example, like there is 3 correct answer. So every time user go to this directly to this answer, they will count it as a direct success rate. And then the next step is to setting the message. It depends on you. And yeah, questionnaire. This is like what I have mentioned before. We want to exclude someone who under 20 and above 45 years old. So we will screen out them. So only the one who have 20 and 45, between 20 and 45 years old will be screening, and you will be able to see the test and give you an example of one pre-study questionnaire for a checkbox. So like it's just to gather the things that you want to know about participant before they start the study. And then the post questionnaire also some of the questions that you need to follow up after they done all the tasks in district testing. So the next is to launch the test, and yeah, Melissa will be help me to test this as a user perspective or as a participant perspective. Or everyone can also test it out using that link.
Okay, if everyone can see my screen, I will go ahead and like show what the test looks like from the tester's perspective. Yeah, so this screen here, it's like the welcome screen. You can actually customize the message here in your settings. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna put in my details. Okay, we have the task instructions up here, and then I'm gonna start. Okay, now we have like the post task questionnaire. So after the participants have done the 3 testing tasks, we can follow up with additional questions. Okay, Diyah, I've submitted it.
Yeah. Okay. We will see like the report of what just being done. So let's see the report. Okay, so maybe some of you also try it and came from France and maybe Indian, and yeah, but you abandon the test, you're not completing the test until the end. And then this is the time taken for the test completion average. Yeah, for average, this one. And this is the country based on from the participant. And the success rate is based on the one who complete the test, and which is in this case Melissa just have a 100% success rate, meaning that she able to do the task to find the item, all the item. She can find all the item in the task. And then for the directness rate is actually the rate from the success rate, but only direct one is counted. Direct mean that you already set up your define answer, the right the the right path, and then the correct answer. But yeah, when it comes to direct, means that they can directly choose and find the items. But for indirect one, mean that they try to explore some other types and success to the right path after exploring the other categories or items. Yeah, and then for the analysis, because you also, there is to abandon the ties before completion, they maybe close the test, and you can delete your submission, the participant submission, to because you need maybe a report for no, you don't need report for the one who abandoned the test. Yeah. And then for this first click and destination, it's basically the defined by each task. So you can see the most clickable category, like this one, breakfast, and then the correct destination will be printed if they choose the correct destination, coffee beans. It will be show like there is 1% to the correct answer. Yeah, and also for the other two, for the pet, for the task 1 of 3, you can change and switch your task base in here, meaning that this is direct success where Melissa clicks directly to the correct answer and find the background in here. And for the questionnaire, there is also a report who is screening in, who is screening out in here, depending on how many your question, you can scroll it. And for pre-study questionnaire also, there is a report for it, and you can also download the report. Yeah, also for the post-questionnaire study, depending on your question. If open question, then the answer will be something like open question, explanation answer. Yeah, and you can also export the data. It would show as a Excel SX format. And okay, and I will show you the report, the inside the Excel file. This is exported report, the full report. So there is all information from the name and then total test, and then status of the test, also the launch and end date, and the completion rate of how many people joining the study and how many completed and how many abandoned. Also, how many people screened out, meaning that they didn't pass the screening question. And then there is a total of the time taken in the stars, and also the success rate and directness rate of success. And you will also have your participant list, the name, gender, nationality, and then you can see the test status, whether they completed or abandoned. And you also see the number of the tasks they have successfully go through the task, every task, and also you can see the device. Okay, for also you can see the each task path of each participant. So for this, Sanjay has this pad, and Uswa has another pad, and your correct destination or correct answer, like or the right path, is written in here, so you can analyze. And then for the symbol of this, it is following, like this means is direct, this is like go indirect success. Yeah. And there is detailed information and path of all participants in each task. Also, like detailed information about the answer of the questionnaire. There is 3 questionnaire, screener questionnaire, pre-study and post-study questionnaire will be there as a summary, and then the detail of the answer. Yeah, I think we have finally done this. And any question from anyone maybe?
Is there any question for the 3 testing using the UXArmy platform, everyone?
Yeah, or you can ask us after the session if you have something in mind.
Sure. Anything to add, Diyah, Melissa?
All good for now. Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah, nothing from me as well.
Okay. Thank you. Then we can wrap up this session, and next week we can have another session where we also have a live demo of an short FGD. Thank you everyone for attending. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.